So I've been following all of the 2025 planner system videos like on YouTube because I've been struggling with my 2024 system and I want to talk about it and see if there's anyone else struggling with this issue. And I want to know like what other people are deciding who are running into this issue and what other people's planner systems look like for 2025. So let's get started. I was thinking to start with, before I move that, I was thinking to review what I started with in 2025. And then we can go into what I'm doing now and then what I'm thinking for 2025. 2024, I decided to get a Hobonichi Weeks and a Hobonichi Cousin Avec. That was going good. The first half of the year was like perfect. I was filling this out. This was, I think I have a couple videos of like, I don't do the monthlies in here, but the weeklies were going good. And I was journaling a lot in the first half of my Avec. But then for some reason, I just hit a slump in July. It happened a little bit before July. I think it started to happen in June, but it was more noticeable in the second part of my Avec. But the transition I noticed was I started journaling. So I use my cousin, I guess, more for journaling than planning. I do use the monthly sections for, let me show you really quick. I haven't been using the tracker, which is one thing that I filled out completely for the first half of the year, and now I haven't been doing anything. I like to do like habits, like daily habits in here, and then check them off. I only did for 2 days and I messed up. And then I use the calendars. I didn't use June, but I use the calendars for actual planning. And then the weeks, that's kind of what started this, was I was really struggling to complete the weekly pages. Let me show you. So I switched to, this is a weekly page. I kind of did like highlights on it. I would use it in a combination of like planning and like memory keeping at the same time. But I stopped doing that because I started to not enjoy it anymore. So I switched to a dashboard that I saw by Dandelion Diaries. Danielle over there did a dashboard on her weekly layout page. So I changed some of the sections but I used a lot of what she had in her Hobonichi Cousin. So that worked. That was working for a while, but it started like, I didn't really fill anything out. Like I was just kind of going through the motions of trying to make it work for me. But I don't know. I just wasn't like, I'm just not getting along with the weeklies. So this week is empty because I'm just not in the mood to be filling it out. And I don't know what I want to do with the weeklies anymore. Do I want to go back to like using them as columns or do dashboards? I'm not sure. So that was really grinding my gears about the weeklies. Then this like unhappiness in the weeklies started to come over to my dailies. There's a lot of blank dailies in here, and I noticed the biggest difference. There's some blank stuff here in August. It's kind of sporadic where it's blank, but I noticed that when I was journaling in here, I used to journal about like my feelings, like it was like a feelings journal, like a Dear Diary sort of sense. And it was a memory keeper. So it was like what I did throughout the day as well. I stopped writing about my feelings, and I'm not really sure why. I just stopped doing that. So the pages only became about my days. So I was writing about my days. On the column over here, I would have highlights with like a list of what I did throughout the day. And then on top of it, on the weekly page, I was also doing highlights like with stickers, like stickering my highlights of the week. So it just felt like a lot of redundant work was happening in this notebook, and I just wasn't happy. And I haven't been happy about this for a while now. The weeks I stopped using, I realized that I do not like cream paper. I don't like that there's not squares on this side. It really like annoys me that I can't write straight on this side. And it's just so small. Like it's a beautiful planner, but like I haven't even done anything in the back. I tried to convert this to a media journal. I tried to convert it to a work journal. I was like, oh, I'll put like projects in the back. Still haven't written anything. So I don't expect me to get a week's for 2025. Even though like in my heart of hearts, I want to get one because they're so cute from Hobonichi, but we'll get there to like what I'm going to actually do for 2025. So knowing all of this about my system, I took a really close look at like what categories did I need like for journaling, and how did I want to separate everything out? Like I always thought the cousin was like an all-in-one, but having a dated one page really started to feel a combination of like limiting, because I was limited to one page. So if I filled in or like collaged the whole page, then there was no room to actually write anything. Or if I didn't feel like writing, I had a blank page. So it was either feeling like trapped in it, like claustrophobic in it, or like that I'm unsuccessful in it. So it was like bad feelings either way. So I realized that for like my note taking and like my daily journaling, I think I want to try, like I always thought I was I was on the dated daily journal team, but I think I'm going to go undated. So to test this theory out, to see if I liked undated, I found an old common planner. Let me get this one out of the way. This common planner is from 2023. When Sterling Ink first came out with the common planner and I saw that they had half years, I immediately jumped on it. It only came in B6, so I got a B6. At that time, B6 was too small for me and I didn't really jive. The font is really light in this original edition. Like it's really faint. You can barely see the text in here. So I didn't like that. I was just so attached to my Hobonichi that I wasn't ready to switch over to the common planner at that time. But I did find out that the first calendar in here was, what month was it? December, I think? Part 1, yeah. So this was a December calendar. And December has 31 days. And then I realized that in August 2024, it started on the same day. It started on Thursday the 1st. And then it has 31 days. So it like lined up to the August calendar. So I was like, oh, perfect. Like I'll just redate this calendar to an August 2024 calendar, backfill some stuff. And then I'll start using the weeklies and the undated dailies and see if I like that. And let me tell you, it's been going so well. I think I've been in here like 5 days, maybe. I don't know if it's just like the honeymoon phase, but I'm really enjoying it. Like, I don't feel pressure to like have it look a certain way. Like there's so many people in the Hobonichi cousin that I follow on YouTube that I think I'm getting like, not FOMO, but what's the word? Like, I don't feel like I can live up to the expectations that I see on social media related to the Hobonichi cousin. But like, I don't see the Sterling Ink that often, the common planner that often. So I feel like there's lower expectations to what it's supposed to look like and like what pretty planning looks like in a Sterling Ink common planner. So I felt like less constrained in the common planner. That's what I've been feeling. So I'll show you really quickly the layout. This was a vertical, and I do plan to get a vertical common planner again. So these are, I'm just using this as a calendar, just regular appointments, and then I'm transferring those appointments to the weeklies. I put little tabs on here, little cat tabs. Oh, that's a calendar. This tab goes to the weekly. And then the weekly, like, again, because there's no like kits or like standards in my mind that I've created for myself, there's no like pressure about what these weeks are supposed to look like. So I feel like I'm kind of free in here. So I didn't make it pretty. Like it's not all stickered up. It's not a certain format. Like there's stuff that I planned. So like the stuff with times on it, I planned in advance. The stuff with lines with X's, those are tasks that I scheduled like the morning of. And then some of the other stuff is backdated. So like stuff with stickers is like, I went back and like decorated it for fun because I just had the time, but no pressure to do that anyways. Like it would have been fine without those. So I have been really enjoying this. So this is the first week I did it. So I just started, I guess, on Monday. So I hasn't been that long, but I'm just really enjoying it. And then the dailies, and I can show you the dailies in here because they're not as mixed up as like the thoughts in my Hobonichi cousin. So I feel comfortable like sharing this on the internet. But I just did a stamp of the day. The first day I wrote almost a page and a half on notebook stuff. I like attempted to make my first order on here. That's not right, I think. No, I'm going to change that. And then, so and then I did a planner. I did a notebook like breakdown by notebook, what subject I want each notebook to encompass. And I can go over this later, but yeah, I'm just barely pasting stuff in. I printed a photo. I'm journaling. And then I did a breakdown here. And I think I did some Tombow swatches today because I went and bought new Tombows at Michael's. So it's been really good. I'm on page 9 and it's only been 5 days in here or 6 days in here. So I'm going through the pages pretty quickly, which I like. I love the size. It's portable, fits in my purse. Like I did a pros and cons between the Cousin Avec and the Common Planner. And I found out there's a lot more pros in the Common Planner right now versus the pros in the Hobonichi Cousin. So yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards the Common Planner for like daily journaling, thoughts, random thoughts, notes, planning, like that subject matter will go in the Common Planner. The thing I'm thinking about is, should I still get a Hobonichi Cousin to be a memory keeper? So that's what I've been doing recently in the Hobonichi Cousin the past few days as I've been using the Common Planner. I've just been going back and doing 10-minute dailies of what I did throughout the day. So I'm putting ephemera in. I think I put a note here. It's not private. It's just the note was really big from Mandy Lynn Plans. So I put that in there. Some stickers from Target. So I'm really enjoying just giving myself a time limit and not feeling so like pressured in the Hobonichi Cousin. And then I want to use the monthly as a media tracker. I haven't done that yet, but I want to like do that because I used to do that in the day free and I really miss doing that. So I kind of have that laid out there. However, the reason I'm hesitant about going with a Cousin Avec again is because I did pre-order a Hemlock and Oak Daily Duo notebook. It's bigger than an A5 and it has thicker paper. It was pretty expensive because how big the book is going to be. I'm just scared it's not going to be like what I want, but at the same time, I think it will be what I want. So I think I'm like using the Hobonichi Cousin as a crutch to like, just in case Hemlock and Oak doesn't work out. So I might still order the Hobonichi Cousin, and then if the Hemlock and Oak one arrives in October and I really like it, then I will sell my Hobonichi Cousin Avec, the one that I order from the Hobonichi website. So that's my plan for my main, like, everyday, like, on-the-go planning. And the other thing is, like, the Hobonichi Cousin, it was so hard to plan on the go because I can't take this everywhere. It's massive. Like, I tape stuff in, it doesn't fit in my purse. Stuff falls out all the time when I open it because I just have stickers and stuff in here. So it's not the best like portable thing. It's more of like a desk journal. While this is definitely portable, I took it to Michael's today so I could compare like Tombow swatches. And then I journaled because I was waiting for my car to get fixed. So definitely portable because of its size. So I'll definitely be ordering a Common Planner. As for my work planner, because I know I mentioned I used this for a couple things. What I'm thinking for work is a Traveler's Standard weekly book. This is an undated book. I'm not going to show you my work page. I did use it for a week, but I was using it for personal stuff. So here it is, what it looks like personal. I just put appointments on this side and then snippets on this side. For work though, this will be like a to-do list. I just did a running to-do list and some project stuff. So I was thinking of getting the Sterling Ink N1 weekly booklet because those look really interesting. Those will be dated. And I did look at the Traveler's Company dated weekly books. And I just wasn't a fan. I think I still have that same issue as the weeks. It is cream paper, which I'm not a big fan of. And there's no lines in the boxes. There's no squares in the boxes, so I can't exactly write straight. I do like that it's bigger font, like bigger grid, bigger space to write, because my writing is naturally bigger than like what the grid in Hobonichi is. So I am a little worried Sterling ink the grid will be like a little too small for me still, but I think the grid size is something I can get over versus like the cream paper issue. So that will be one thing I'm ordering for work. And then I was going to order an N1 notebook booklet as well. So I'm going to use them as a pair, the weekly booklet and a notebook booklet. And the notebook booklet will be for notes on my projects, like my work projects. So I can overlay, like the thing I like to do is like, I like to have like one book open here, like with data here and then more data here. And that way I can cross-reference stuff. That's why I like having separate books for things like that. So I really like the idea of having two separate work notebooks in N1. And then my traveler's cover, I don't have a cover right now, but it's on the way. I just talked to the stationery store that's near me in Santa Ana. It's called M.Lovewell. They monogrammed a traveler's cover for me, and they're going to be mailing it to me. I was going to go back and pick it up, but I just can't make the drive. It's like an hour drive each way. And I just don't have the time in the next few weekends to get out there. So they were gracious enough to mail that to me. So that's coming. So I'll have a cute little like work cover to put my two inserts in from Sterling ink. Now, there's a couple other notebooks that I want to introduce. Like I said, there was I stopped journaling about my feelings, and I miss that. I miss that side of journaling because it's very therapeutic, very like release of energy, writing out how you feel. So I did try, because I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll get a Sterling ink notebook for my feelings and see if that is what I need. So I had this Stalogy. I think it's a half-year Stalogy from early 2024. I don't know why I created it, but like there's a calendar in here for some reason. So I did something in here. But I started writing a page and I realized I didn't like it. I don't like the thin paper. And the reason I'm saying that is because the Sterling ink uses Tomo River paper and it's very thin. So I was like, those are out for this type of journaling because I want to be able to be free to write with the heavy pressure that I write with without the page being indented like 3 pages back. So I will be using field notes, which I don't it's in the other room. So I'll have that little booklet later. I'm not going to show that notebook, like what I write in there, but I'll just show the cover of which field notes I'm going to use. I have a black one that I got from M.Lovewell during the stationery store day. And I'm excited to use that because it will like match my system because everything's like blue, green, and black. So I'm excited. That is where my deep thoughts are going to go. And then I wanted to, this field notes is my cafe journal. So it's just traveling on the go. It's just when I travel somewhere, I write on this is at the airport. I wrote something at the airport. I write on the train. I wrote a summer bucket list on the train. Look, I'm on the Metrolink. So this is I call it a travel journal, but I don't travel really anywhere. I just like go to coffee shops. So it's but I don't write about coffee shops. I'm just at a coffee shop while I'm writing in this book. So this will kind of be a companion to my common planner because they're kind of similar. But I still love just the paper and the field notes. So that's why I want to keep it field notes. I did test, before I went to the common planner, I was thinking I wanted a horizontal weekly and a monthly book. So I had this old Muji notebook. It's from their March release of this year. I think I got it on eBay because I'm pretty sure this is only a like outside the US notebook. But this is an A6 and I was like, yeah, I want A6. I tried, I was all gung-ho about getting a book that was A6 with a monthly and horizontal weeks. So I was testing it out here. I did do the month of August the same time I did the month of August in the Common Planner. And this was too small for me. My writing is too big and I don't like how small I have to write in here because it just gets messy. And then I think I did try to do a weekly in here. Let me see. I switched this to a therapy notebook last minute because I was like, what if I got a N2 compact and use that as a therapy journal? No, doesn't work. Don't like it. I just won't be doing that. So the only other notebook I think I need to talk about, I think I have 2 other notebooks to talk about, which is my finance notebook. I plan to just get a B6 booklet and it will be a companion to my Common Planner, again, to overlay the data. Like I want to have my bills because I make like a chart with all my bills and I can overlay that with the calendar. I can have them side by side, looking at the monthly calendar and looking at my bills for the month. So I'll be doing that. I'll be getting a B6 booklet. And then I did start an Archer and Olive A5 notebook as my creative journaling notebook. And that is going to be more like lists and collaging and like quotes, articles that I read. So it's going to be a combination of like creative journaling and commonplacing, but I'm not going to call it a commonplace notebook because it's not that. I don't tag anything. Like it's not to the extent that people, that I see people do on YouTube. So it's not a commonplace notebook. But that's kind of my thought. So let me show you what I wrote in here. This is what I've narrowed to. I've narrowed down, where did I write it? Right here. Okay. I'm going to be getting a Sterling Ink B6 vertical half year. I want it in the caramel, with gold edges. And I was thinking to get caramel in both half years in both books, but I think I want to get the green now because I did buy a green Moterm cover for the B6 notebook, like a zippered one, because like if I'm carrying this places, I want it to be like protected. So I wanted to try. I never buy covers. As you can see, all my stuff is just in plastic. I'm not a cover person, so I'll see if this works. It's kind of a lot of money to drop just to test out a cover, but it's cheaper than the cover that Hobonichi came out with, which is, I really wanted to try the plaid. I think it's like the cafe plaid one. It's a zippered like cloth cover from Hobonichi. I think it's $92. It's really expensive. So I was like, and I'm not using that size. I'm using B6. So Moterm was on sale on Amazon today. So I purchased a Moterm and that'll be her Monday. So that'll be exciting. So I'm still deciding on the colors, but I have 2 more weeks to think about what colors to get from Sterling Ink on the half years, but I'll figure that out. Then I will for sure be getting an N1 horizontal weekly booklet and a notebook booklet. And then I also need the B6 notebook booklet, again, for my finance notebook. So notebook number 9 is a finance notebook. And then I'm still going to get the Hobonichi Avec A5, like I said, for memory keeping. Notebook number 2 is memory keeping, collected ephemera, and media tracker. But I do have a Hemlock and Oak Daily Duo listed here still, so it may still be, it's going to be between both of those. I'm just going to wait to evaluate in October. And then I have on this list a squiggly line and Hobonichi Hone A6. I'm in love with the Crescent Moon delivery cover. And I just want to make that notebook work for me, but it doesn't fit into my plan anywhere. So I don't know why I want to get it. I was like, can I just get it and figure it out later? Like, so I'm pretty sure I want to tell myself, no, I'm not going to get it. I want to be firm with myself. But I know when the Hobonichi drops on their website, I'm just going to be like, slip into cart, oopsies. And I'm going to purchase it so I don't want to lie to myself that I'm not going to purchase it because I will purchase it. It's not too expensive and I'm already paying for shipping. So I just want to see it. Maybe if I see it, I'll think like, oh, this will work for something else. Maybe I'll have an epiphany or something about my setup. So yeah, that's everything I'm purchasing. You can see here that I had a lot on my list at first. I was like, I'm going to buy all these Sterling Inks. No, I've done away with stuff. I'm I was going to get, like I said, the therapy one. I had a bunch of Sterling inks lined up for like my deep thoughts, my Dear Diary journal, but that will be a field notes. So that's been all crossed off. So I feel like I've done a good job. Like I'm feeling comfortable with what I've chosen. I'm pretty confident in like what's going to work. Besides this last one, the memory keeping one. So I just wanted to share that. I am excited for it to be planner season. It feels like a fresh time. Like all that feeling you get at the start of the new year. I love planner season because like you get it, we get it now. Like we get it now and we get it at the new year. So it's like, it's so awesome to feel like refreshed and like get reminded of what my goals are and the purpose of journaling and like why I have this hobby to begin with. So that's all for now. I hope all that made sense. But yeah, happy planner season. Bye.